again. This is week 5, as in I have known about my pregnancy for only 1 week. I probably look super crazy right now because it's literally 5 in the morning. I have been working all night on blog posts and uploading videos and stuff because I'm about to leave for Singapore like in 4 hours. But yeah, I wanted to give you a little update on the pregnancy. I got to go see the doctor yesterday. It's my first doctor visit and I was really nervous. I don't know why. Every day ever since I found out, I'm wondering like, oh, am I still pregnant? Because there's so many stories you hear about, so many miscarriages. 20% of all pregnancies don't end up making it till full term, and that's really, really scary. So I've been trying to be very careful, trying to do as much research online as possible. And when I actually went to the women's wellness area of Kaiser, I'm with Kaiser, so that's the hospital that I went to. You could just walk in, you didn't have to make an appointment ahead of time. The first thing I did when I got there is I took a urine test and they did a pregnancy test there just to verify that I'm pregnant. What the receptionist lady told me is that even if you are this big, very obviously pregnant, until you take a test there and they verify, yes, you are pregnant, nothing else that you say really matters. And I am still pregnant, thank goodness. My heart was beating the entire 3 minutes I was waiting. They also took my blood pressure and all of that, and I did notice that usually I tend to have pretty low blood pressure. Like the top number I notice is usually under 100, and this time it was over 100. So I think that generally when you get pregnant, your blood pressure goes higher. I don't know if I've ever really told you about my statistics. Please remember that every person is different. Don't take my statistics as being any kind of normal or something that somebody should shoot for or anything like that. I just want to give you guys a little bit of honest feedback about what I'm going through, because I know I'm not the only like teeny tiny person out there. A lot of my pregnancy worries do have to do with my size. So the nurse measured my height a couple of weeks ago before I was pregnant when I went to the doctors just for being sick, and they measured my height as being 4'11". I am very short and I've always had a very narrow, slim frame my entire life. I haven't really fluctuated in weight or height since I was, I don't know, 13 or 14 years old, and I am 30 now, so that means for half my life I really haven't changed more than like 2 or 3 pounds. I am starting out with my starting weight being around 78-ish pounds, 78, 79. I was wearing like my knee-high mini Tonka boots and like a sweatshirt and everything, and I only weighed in at like 81 pounds. Without the boots on, I'd probably be like my normal 79, 80 pounds. Like I said, please don't use that number and be like, oh my gosh, she's anorexic. Trust me, I've never had any problems with food disorders or anything like that. My body is just the way it is. I don't try to be skinny. I eat all the time. That's just how my body is. So I usually have always tried to avoid talking about my weight because I know people are very sensitive about it. But like I said, because of the pregnancy, because I am someone who is underweight and has a pretty naturally low BMI, I think it's just good to share that as part of my honest journey of being pregnant for the first time. Fast forward, my doctor visit, I went down to the lab, I had to take another urine test, got my blood drawn. That was a horrible experience. I don't know if you can see the bruising on my arm, but there's literally a cut on my arm because they did such a bad job and it hurt so bad. The blood drawing stuff, man, they probably took like 7 or 8 vials of blood. It was a lot. And I wasn't exactly expecting it, so I don't know if that's just my situation. If you had something similar, please let me know down in the comments, because that was a little bit shocking for me. I was thinking maybe like 3 or 4 max. And I also got a non-preservative flu shot, which I know people are also very controversial about vaccines, but my hospital, they highly recommended that, especially for women who are pregnant. And especially if you're pregnant, to have the non-preservative kind, because basically everything that they would give to a pregnant woman that's vaccine related, all of the things in it are dead. It's not going to cause a problem with the pregnancy, none of that. Going on to my symptoms, this is my 3rd week of being pregnant, my 1st week of knowing I'm pregnant, which puts me at 5 weeks in the pregnancy, 5 weeks and 3 days. I've got to say, a big thing I notice is I'm out of breath, like all the time. Like I tried to record some videos. Literally, I have to keep stopping and catching my breath. Just when I put forth a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, I get out of breath all the time. Another thing that I think must just be me, I don't know if anybody else has this because it's not anything I've read online at all, but I am cold like all the time. Very tired, exhausted tired, which is great that I haven't slept yet. It is 5 in the morning and I'm about to leave on a flight and I still have to pack my life. I don't have any morning sickness yet, which is fantastic. Although I've heard lots of people, including my mom, tell me that that didn't really kick in into 7 to 8 weeks. I'm crossing my fingers that I don't experience that, but who knows, because it's still early on, although other people do say that by this time they are already having a lot of morning sickness problems. So thank goodness that has not happened to me yet. I am thirsty all the time as well. I'm always thirsty, peeing a lot, going to the bathroom a lot. Not to the point where it's waking me up in the middle of the night. Usually I'll wake up in the morning and be completely parched. Regarding my whole stomach area, I didn't show you guys my stomach last week, which I didn't realize until after I was done. It looks basically the same this week. So I will start off, this can be my 1st week, showing you guys my stomach. Okay, so that's my stomach. I think that's like pretty normal looking stomach. I don't really have any belly to speak of. And this pooch down here, it's not really a poochy pooch, but it is not completely flat. That is due to bloating. I've been bloated the entire time that I've known I've been pregnant. It just kind of feels like pre-period or like first couple days of your period kind of bloat. But it's not like terribly uncomfortable because I'm not trying to wear super sexy dresses every day. It doesn't look like any kind of pregnancy stomach to me. It's not supposed to at this point, so that's fine. Sometimes I feel like my stomach is a little bit tight. I find that every other day, at least stretching, like yoga type movements have really helped. I'll get that kind of feeling like tightness in my lower back, in my abdomen, all the way across. And then when I actually do stretch, it feels like I've been doing a bunch of sit-ups, you know, and you get that like kind of sore, tight feeling on them. But otherwise, I think on the outside, people wouldn't really know at all. I've been mainly really happy and a lot of things make me cry, especially emotional when I've been talking to my mom. Oh my gosh, okay, I need to tell you guys this. The day after I found out, my mom got really excited and told a bunch of my family members, and when I found out, because I got a text the day after my pregnancy results at home, I got really upset and I cried and I talked to her and I was really upset because everybody says you're not supposed to tell people you're pregnant until after the 1st trimester. So I'm still kind of in this stage where I'm really, it's really scary feeling like you can't talk to anybody about it. And admittedly, I have talked to a couple of people with family and friends but who have gone through a pregnancy recently, because I find that any kind of information from an actual person, it helps so much, at least for me, to just mentally feel like it'll be okay. My sense of smell is getting stronger every day though, but not to a point where I'm nauseous. So I'm just assuming things are gonna go along that same course. I have 2 apps that I've really been loving that I've been using on my phone. The first one is called Glow Nurture. And I like this one because you can log daily activities like what your weight is, a picture, and then I also really like Ovia Pregnancy because it tells you a lot of details throughout the day about what you should be eating or how big the baby is. Right now at 5:10 a.m. it says The first traits of your baby's liver, its body filtration system, are starting to appear. If you were to take an ultrasound right now, your baby's arm buds and tail would be visible, which is so cool and so crazy. Wish me luck on my flight to Singapore, which will be over by now, by the time you actually see it. I'm a little bit nervous about flying, especially for so long, with this being so brand new, but I'm hoping for the best. Fingers crossed, praying a lot. So I guess I will see you in next week's vlog. If you want to see last week's pregnancy update, you can click right over there. There are 2 lines on there, and that means that I am pregnant. So my husband Ben and I decided to start trying, I guess you could say,